Me.
Yeah! Hey, the button worked, and we got Joe DeRouen. I'm so happy!
Hello.
Everyone thinks because you're a zombie, you don't know good coffee. Well, they're wrong. There's only one brew that gets my seal of approval. Deadly Grounds coffee is my guilty pleasure. The aroma is so intoxicating. It brings all of my neighbors out of the woodwork. Deadly Grounds coffee. Coffee to die for, and zombie approved. It's good to get a little deadly. Use the front door! Oh, they're so disgusting.
The Dorkening and all affiliated shows are not intended for anyone under the age of 18. The following may contain discussions or scenes that have adult situations, graphic violence, nudity, strong sexual content, and graphic language. This show is intended for mature audiences only. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello, my lovelies. Welcome back to another episode of Unprinted Pages. I nearly said Eventual Beginnings. Welcome back to another episode of Unprinted Pages about Eventual Beginnings.
That would be funny. That's your new name of your podcast.
That would be, dude, that is a great name for a book. This is what I've read so far. It's a great book. I
Thank
love all the tropes so far. It's like so much fun, and it's like a partial fever dream and partial dude, I can picture this happening.
Well, good.
Okay, tell us a bit about the book.
Well, this is it right here. It's my second short story collection. Has 16 short stories. Most of them are, I guess, probably horror is what you would consider. There's some humor, science fiction, a little bit of everything in there. And I started writing them about 7 years ago. On my Patreon, I would have a drawing once a month, and somebody would, whoever I drew the name of the people that subscribed to my Patreon, would get to tell me the sort of story they wanted me to write. They could be as precise or vague as they wanted to. And hey, that's my book on the screen.
It's so gorgeous. I'm still trying to figure out what type of flowers they are.
Don't ask me, because I don't know. But anyway, I think over half the stories, or around half of the 16 stories, are from the Patreon, and the rest are just ones I wrote on my own. I mean, I wrote them all, but you know what I mean.
Oh yeah, you wrote them all. You just like, what do you want me to write about? And then you took it, and then you gave it an interesting thing, and like disconnections with the story. I read it while we were having bad thunderstorms, and the lights went out for 2 days, and it's like, I can feel this one happening. It's like, this one feels plausible right now. I go walking in the woods in my backyard, and then suddenly, where am I? Why is everything the way it is?
Well, what inspired that story for me was 2 years ago, or not 2 years ago, it was a little over a year ago. We had a huge tornado here, and it totally destroyed our fence. It destroyed so much of the town I live in, Rogers. And there was no alternate universe travel involved as far as I know. But that's what inspired the story, because it was really scary.
Yeah. Dude, I know, because we could see it open up above us. It never came down. And I'm like, well, I'm thankful for that. I am really thankful it never hit the ground. So I can feel that.
We had 7 tornadoes on that day a year ago. It was insane.
Dude, there's
Yeah.
something about April lately and tornadoes.
Sure seems like it. But yeah, it knocked down a tree that was not in our yard. It was like in the property behind our yard, but it fell on our fence and like destroyed it.
Ooh.
That wasn't fun.
No, considering that's what happened down the street, to be honest.
It destroyed the Rogers Library. They are still. I mean, you can go to the library and check out a book, but the librarians have to get it for you. You can't actually go into most of the library. So that's a very sad.
That is very saddening, and that's very hard to deal with. Okay, and Connections, I think it's called.
Yeah, that's the first
He
story.
has a link to this friend, and then she finds out the guy that everybody's been making fun of is also friends with her, but she uses a different name. And how did that one go forward?
That's a good question. I like 5 years ago, I think I wrote 2 pages in it, and I could never think of where to go with it. And then suddenly I got inspired. I'm not sure by what. And I thought about how everything is connected. And that was my idea, to write a story where all these connections bring these people together for a greater good. And of course, there had to be like scariness and ghosts in it, because that's who I am. And yeah, it was a fun story to write. A friend of mine is named Justy, and I stole her name for the main character. And that's always fun. I like doing that. Another thing, I almost just named the whole thing Connections, because all 16 stories are connected in one way or the other. And you probably wouldn't realize that at first, but there are little Easter eggs in every story connecting a lot of the other stories.
And that's one thing. Okay, I jumped to the end story because I'm like, okay, I'm not going to finish it all in time because so many things have been happening here.
Yep.
I'm like, I really want to get 3 done, and I'm like, ooh, this name sounds fun because it's connected. It almost seems connected to the first one, and I can
Disconnected.
see why you
Yep.
call the whole thing Connections.
Yep. I like doing that anyway. I like all 8 books that I've written are connected usually in some way or another. And I thought it would be fun to do that with all the stories in a collection. I think it turned out pretty good.
I have come to the conclusion that I am going to have to find out how. I don't necessarily have to tell anybody except random message to you. But it's one of those, now I need to find out how they're all connected. I have a new goal.
I will look forward to those random messages. In fact, in the afterword of the novel, I have it right here, so I'm going to read it. I say all the preceding stories are connected to at least one other story in the collection in some way or another. Some are obvious connections and disconnections, for example, but others much less so. Can you find the connections? Please write me at, I put my email, when you find them. And I'm looking forward to seeing what emails I get.
Oh yeah, I hope you get emails.
I better.
Whereas I know your Facebook Messenger, and I'm like, hey, what do you think of this graphic?
Well, that works. That's much easier, actually, Facebook Messenger.
Okay.
But if people read these and find the connections, I really want to hear about it and hear what they think.
Yes. Please read it. Please read all of them. I am in the process of reading more.
Cool. I'm glad.
Yes, you are now part of the collection that stays on my phone in my pocket until I can get through everything. First, I have to get through this move. But anyway.
Oh, moving is never fun.
No, but I'm looking forward to being on the other side of it.
Yeah, the whole collection ended up being a lot bigger than I thought it was. My first collection, which came out 10 years ago in 2015, was I think about 80,000 words, maybe a little less, and this one was 102, 103,000. So I had more to say, I guess.
Connections could be published all by itself as a novella. It is that large.
It's 130 pages, and I like doing that. My first collection, well, you read that, I think, or I think you did.
I'm in the process.
Yeah, and I start out that one with a novella too. It's just I don't know. I like doing that. I like reading novellas.
It is hiding in my purse, so I know it gets to the new house, period.
If you're anything like me, it'll be like months later and you'll wonder, where did I put that thing? And
it's on my phone too, so I'm not that worried about.
I don't mean just the book. I mean, when you move, it's something invariably gets lost.
I hope not, because it's one of my signed copies, and I don't want to lose my signed copies. They're
well, that's true. When we moved to this house 2 years ago, I had another phone, like just an extra phone that I still have for some reason. I still don't know where that thing is.
I know that feeling. I'm still looking for things that I could have swore made it here from the last move.
It's like it's probably slipped into some dimensional pocket somewhere.
Yes, and the sad thing is I want Chica back because he keeps asking for his bird.
Well, hopefully he'll find it. Hopefully I'll find all my stuff.
I don't know what we'll do, but we will get there. Okay. Tomcat, she starts having dreams about, at least that's what I'm thinking I read. She starts having dreams and things start happening. And you named the kids after months they were born in.
Yeah. That was fun. I had fun writing that one. That was my first story on my Patreon. The first drawing the name and getting the information from the person. And so that's kind of special. I enjoyed it. And it's I don't even know if you'd call that one horror. It's a little horror, little science fiction.
But with how I guess desensitized I should say I am, because that's what my teacher said I was. I was desensitized to a lot of things.
Oh, yeah.
It's one of those, some people will find it scary, other people will be like, oh, this is just so fun. And I'm like, ooh. Okay. Next time is now. Tell us a little bit about that story.
Okay. I'm trying to remember. I don't remember. I was going to mention the people who on the ones that won the drawing, but I don't remember their names right now. I don't want to take the time to go look, but one of the people on my Patreon suggested that one, and basically it's about two people that have reincarnated over and over, and they have a curse on them, and whenever they connect, which is another connection, whenever they connect, one of them will die very soon after, and they're trying to circumvent that curse, and that's what that whole story is about. And it was fun to write because I was able to do a lot of research on who they could have been in past lives.
Oh.
Like the main characters are Peter and Marnie, and they were both in World War II, and they met when one of them was a German soldier and the other was an American soldier. And very soon after, like within 10 minutes, the German soldier got killed. And there's a lot of that in there, like how they met and what happened to separate them and why. And I enjoy writing about reincarnation, honestly. And I've done a little of it before, so that was a fun story for me to write.
Awesome. I don't think I fully asked. Tell us a little bit more about Tomcats. Then, like the, I should have finished that. It's just my brain skipped. I apologize.
Oh, you're good. My brain skips too. So, well, Tomcat. It was suggested by Irene Knuff. I can't remember say her last name, but what it's about is this elderly woman who, over the years has lost everything. She lost one of her 3 daughters to cancer. She lost her husband, and she's living by herself in Hamilton, Illinois. And all she does is really tend to her garden. But something strange happens, and her garden starts, I don't want to give anything away, but starts affecting her in a negative way. And there's this cat that keeps trying to get into her house, and she doesn't want the cat to come in because she didn't want to love another pet and lose it. But without giving anything away, the cat ends up being instrumental in her overcoming the evil garden thing that I'm not going to tell you about, if that makes any sense whatsoever.
Oh, it makes perfect sense because I've gotten as far as seeing there's something wrong with the garden.
Yep. And it was a good story to write. I enjoyed it, and I'm looking now at the people that suggested it. Yeah, that was like I said, Irene Knuff. So it was also fun just to let these people suggest things, and it kind of expands your ideas. They give like a little tidbit, and then I think, yeah, I can run with that.
You're not the only author that I've seen do this. Theodore Tinker had been putting up a poll of like 4 stories at a time, and he would have his Patreon members pick one, and he'd write a story about that. I don't know if he's been able to get back to that yet, but I do know I've enjoyed every one I've read. So I love it when authors do this sort of thing.
Yeah, it's fun, and it's a fun exercise in creativity.
Dude, my whole life has become authors. This hat was made by like Sky Turner, and she's an awesome
cool.
romance artist. The beginning of my show was made by Raz T. Slasher. He's one of my most favorite horror artists, authors, and artists. So yeah, authors are amazing. That's why I'm so happy you keep coming back. I get to learn new things.
Well, I really appreciate you having me back, and I've enjoyed getting to know you as well.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So what little bit I've been able to read of Forbidden Fruit, there is a upload system kind of like in Doctor Who where they are saved and they can talk to each other there.
Yeah, it's like after when somebody dies, they're immediately transferred into this system, and a matrix kind of thing. And that's been done before, but hopefully I put a spin on it that hasn't been done before. Where oh, go ahead.
Dude, I love your version.
Well, thank you. But I don't really watch Doctor Who. I've watched some of it, but so I don't get the reference there. But it's kind of matrixy, that sort of thing, where it's set in the future, and when people die, they're put in this this virtual world, and then things happen.
That is awesome. Okay, let's see. Where are we? Okay, Online Undead. What can you tell us about that?
Okay, that was a fun story to write. Chris Greenberg had suggested the parameters of that, and what it is this young teenager had been he grew up playing Pokemon Go and Toontown, which is a game that was originally from Disney, and now it's been they ended it quite a few years ago, and But they released it to where freelance people can make their own games. So it's still around. But the guy's, the main character's friend has suddenly killed himself. Or at least that's what he's been told. And the friend starts communicating with him through the games they used to play. Through Toontown, through Pokemon Go, and then there's some other games as well. And the whole story is about trying to figure out what really happened to his friend, because it's not what he thinks.
Dude. Okay, the more I find out about this book, the more I look forward to being able just to devour it. Okay.
And I'm sure the book looked forward to being devoured.
Oh, yes. It lives on my computer and my phone at the moment until I can finish it.
Nice.
Identity Crisis. And is Forks like based in Forks?
It's Forks. It's set in the future as well, and it's about time travel. And I'm actually at some point that is going to become a one-shot comic book that somebody I know I started several years ago, started a smaller comic book company. Hey, you vanished. And
I'm still here. I'm just having a malfunction, so I turned off the camera to fix my malfunctions.
I hate it when I have malfunctions. That's no fun. But yeah, Forks is set in the future, and it's about a man that's obsessed with time travel, and he finally accomplishes it. And it turns out his goal, he wants to go back in time to save his family who were killed in an accident. And things happen. I don't want to give things away.
Dude, that's fine. It's just like, dude, okay.
But I am excited that eventually it will be a comic book. I mean, I've been working on the script for that. That'll be fun. I've never had any of my stuff turned into comic books before.
Dude, I'm looking forward to it too. I'm definitely can't wait to add it to my collection.
Oh, me too.
Identity Crisis. What is this one about?
Let me see. Oh, Identity Crisis. Sorry, it's like, what are you talking about? Now I see it. It's about a guy. Hold on, I'm gonna flip to it. And I'll read you the very start of it, if that's okay.
Oh, I'm definitely happy with that. I'm going to put you up so you can.
Here I am. Identity Crisis. John Donovan awoke in a small windowless room, unable to see. It felt like it was morning, though there was no way he could be sure. Time didn't have much meaning for him anymore. He clapped his hands, and the 20-watt light bulb hanging over his bed came to life, filling the sparse room with a yellowish light. It had taken him a good 3 or 4 hours to figure out the bulb was attached to a clapper, but by now, he was almost used to it. The room had been his life for nearly a week. The bed, the light bulb, a metal toilet in the corner, a sink beside it, and a door with a keypad that no matter how many different number combinations he tried, wouldn't open. So that's what that's about. He's been trapped in here a week. He doesn't know how he got there. He was out of town on a business trip, and he wakes up and he hasn't seen his captor or even know exactly who kidnapped him. So it's kind of a psychological horror in a way.
Oh yeah. That
And
and
oh no, I don't know what I was going to say. Just it was fun to write, and it also is connected to some other things. And yeah, I hope people like it. It's one of the darker stories.
Dude,
Which
I'm definitely looking forward to it.
well, thank you. I'd be sad if you weren't.
A match is made somewhere.
Match made in somewhere, and that was another one that was suggested by somebody on my Patreon, and that is about a woman that meets a man through a matchmaking site, which I think is called Matchbook. And what happens with that, I would spoil it pretty quickly if I went too much more into it, but it's kind of a lighthearted story, but still with some darkness.
Okay. Now I'm very curious, if you haven't written it, what you would do with the Guardian of the Cemetery ghost trope.
Yeah, I don't think I have written that. I'd have to think about that. That could be fun. That's actually given me some ideas.
Yeah, I've found like 2 or 3 lately by accident, and I've loved every one.
Oh yeah.
And and you've probably noticed, I love cemeteries. I like to
Yeah.
go to them. The one behind me is one I've actually been to, and the one as the thing around us is just this pretty one I found on Canva. So
Oh yeah.
that was so much fun seeing what you could do.
Oh, I just looked, and the match made in somewhere was actually inspired by my sister, Rebecca Jones.
Oh,
So she
awesome.
would probably have to kick my ass if I didn't mention her.
Okay. Hi, Rebecca. Thank you.
And she's also one of the people I dedicated this book to. So.
I was grateful to see my name there. I'm like, holy cow,
Yeah.
I made it.
Well, of course, you're important.
So are you.
Well, thank
And
you. I guess I'll dedicate the next book to myself.
yes, that would.
But you were talking about cemeteries. Actually, my Memories of a Ghost novel, there's a lot of to do with cemeteries in that book.
Oh yeah,
So that can be fun.
they are, Stefan. And who is Andy DeRouen?
Oh, that's my wife.
Oh, hey, Andy, you're amazing, and thank you for being there.
She's my alpha reader for always and ever.
That is the best. So is my
Yep.
husband.
Cool. He needs to be
Beautiful.
my alpha.
Say what?
I was joking. I said he can be my alpha reader too.
Oh yeah, he definitely would love to hear the stories. What about Beautiful Monsters?
Beautiful Monsters. Beautiful Monster is a story about this soul man. He's in his mid-70s, I believe, and he's just at home waiting for his wife to get back from the grocery store, and these people break in with a gun, and they're hiding from the cops, and mayhem ensues. And eventually his wife gets home, and things turn out differently than you might expect. And at the start of the book, he's actually he's using a saw and cutting his wife's bones apart. So you think he's murdered her. But then it goes to a flashback and we find out what really happened. And that's probably one of my favorite stories in it. It has a pretty happy ending. I'll spoil that much. What?
Dude, I want to finish the one I'm on, but now I sort of want to go read that one first. Okay, because
Well,
I'm like,
it's a pretty short one, so
yeah, it's not that long, but it's still like the how do it goes to, and then it, okay, very curious. Haunted, my favorite word.
oh yeah, of course. It goes well with cemeteries.
What is this one about?
Okay,
And
that one's
I
kind
love
of
to write about ghosts.
personal for me in some ways. And okay, I grew up with a alcoholic, abusive father, and he never haunted me, as far as I know. But this story is about somebody that also grew up with an alcoholic, abusive father, and he finds that his father, for some reason, is haunting him, and like things go missing in the house. Little messages get written on the mirror when he's taking a shower. And so yeah, I put a lot of myself in that. With it's probably too much information for everybody, but I did grow up with a shitty father.
If
But
it's TMI, these people need to move along.
well, these people need to read it.
Yeah, these people need to read it, but if they're going to say something derogatory about it, they're not our
That's
people.
true. That is true. But, like I said, I put a lot of myself into the book, and I think I've successfully moved on from my father, and so has the character in this book. And, actually writing it helped me remember some of the good things about my father too. So it was cathartic in that way.
That is awesome. That
Thank
you
you.
were able to remember good things, not the other part. But yeah,
Yeah,
I
not the
think
bad
we've
thing.
talked about this before.
I think maybe so.
Okay, I'm glad
It sounds familiar.
Yes, it does, and I'm glad we have the ability to share it with others now because,
Yeah.
dude.
I mean, I'm on Medium as well, and I have some stories on there, like about nonfiction stories about my father and some things like that.
Okay.
So you, dear viewer, go read those.
I didn't know Medium was a thing until now.
Oh yeah. No, I don't use it a lot. I did for a little while, and I think I make like 50 cents a month from it. So yay.
Okay. What if?
What if? That is a funny story. It's a bit of humor in the midst of a lot of darkness, and that is about a woman that's in a grocery store and was just bored, and she's waiting for somebody to get finished checking out, and she thinks what would happen if that woman's dog food, if it suddenly burst open and went all over the floor, and then it happens. And then she has other thoughts like that, like, what if this cashier that's being an asshole to me accidentally gave me back money he wasn't supposed to? And then it happens, and it goes on from there. And one of her fantasies is like, what if I had pursued my dream of becoming an actress and had met Chris Evans and gotten married to Chris Evans, and we see that happen. And yeah, and that was my wife's celebrity crush used to be Chris Evans. It's not anymore, but that's kind of what inspired that. And she moved on to Pedro Pascal.
Okay, this is a question that was posed by another author when he was thinking about the difference in his favorite actors and his wife's favorite actor.
Yeah.
You see yours differing a lot from hers when it comes to favorite male actors?
Yeah, pretty much. And I'm not really like big into celebrities and remembering names of actors and stuff so much, and she is very much that way. It's like when I'm watching something, I want to get lost in the story. I don't want to spend a lot of time thinking about, hey, that's that same guy that was in whatever. But that said, yeah, we do tend to like different people. And
okay,
I decided I was going to have a celebrity crush, and I decided that was Britt Marling, the woman that did what was it, the OA, and she did several movies and stuff. But I don't really have a crush on her. I'm just trying to make my wife jealous.
Dude, with how many guys I have on here, like guy authors or guys I'm like interviewing for the different things, I've come to the conclusion I think my husband doesn't get jealous. He's pretty sure what's going to happen, like she is. You're going to talk about it, but at the end of the day, they get the snuggles.
Yeah, my wife didn't really get jealous either, and I try not to, but apparently I was jealous enough to write a story about a person meeting Chris Evans. So.
That's not a bad thing, but also
No.
you found out things about yourself that you didn't know possibly. I don't know.
I don't know, but it's a fun story. At least I think it is, and it especially after Alternate Life and some of the other ones that are the Urn's really dark, and I felt the collection needed a bit of humor.
Oh, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, it's fun.
What about Hidden Rooms?
Okay, Hidden Rooms is one of my favorite little stories. It's a small story. It's kind of fun. All my life, I don't know about you, but I've had dreams where I will find a hidden room somewhere. And often, it's just a place in my house I've never been to, or sometimes I'll be dreaming I'm in a mall and I'll find this hidden room. And usually for me, it goes into the same place. It goes, I collect Mego action figures that are like these 8-inch action figures, superheroes and stuff. And for whatever reason, I have these dreams when I find a hidden room, it has a bunch of those in it. And I've talked to other people that have similar dreams. So this is a story about those hidden rooms and about a character. It's actually in an alternate universe that is obsessed with his hidden rooms because he finds books that he's never heard of before. And he reads them and really enjoys them. And so yeah, that's what Hidden Rooms is about. And have you ever had a hidden room dream?
Well, yes and no. Yes, there were hidden rooms, but also, I've just about got to the point where we're going to be able to get the permanent place to stay for the rest of our lives.
Cool.
But I keep on having some of them are nightmares, some of them are just dreams where in this house we've moved to, or we're looking at to move into, it's haunted.
Oh,
And I have to figure out what's going on with the ghosts. I have to find out if there's something that we can deal with, or if we can if we just need to skip it, because some of them are like, you know what, this is a nope situation, we need to leave. But then again, that's how I started my writing career, with these dreams, because the need to move, because we keep getting the worst landlords ever.
oh, I'm not sure there's a lot of good landlords out there, honestly.
Yeah. So what about the magical book?
Oh, Magic Book. That is a story about a little free library. In front of my house, I have a little free library. Always wanted to have one. And when we bought this house, because we had always rented before, I was finally able to put up a little free library. And it's just fun. I like doing that for the neighborhood. And this is a story about a woman who also runs a little free library and finds a book, a very strange book in her library. And the cover never stays the same. It's constantly changing colors. And like when she starts reading the book, it will describe what's happening to her in real life. It'll say, Erica picked up the book and looked at it and blah, 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 blah. And again, I don't want to spoil anything, but she is finally able to realize how she can use that to solve a huge problem that's plagued her all her life. And I think it's a fun story. I enjoyed writing it, and it's set in my town. A lot of stuff I write is set, here in Rogers, Arkansas.
I noticed.
And yeah, it's just just like when I lived in Dallas. That was before I became a published novelist, but my stories would usually be about Dallas. I like writing about stuff I know. Anyway, the magical book is a story about, she has a kidney issue, and through reading the magical book, she is able to finally resolve this kidney problem that's plagued her all her life. So it was fun. It's fun story. You should read it next.
I'm gonna go through all of them, and as I finish them, as I get partway through them, you will receive those little graphics.
Awesome.
Because
I love those.
I'm just like, ooh, this is my favorite quote so far. This is the dun dun dun, or the
oh yeah. Well, I appreciate that, and I think you'll like that story. It was fun to write, and I did include some Easter eggs in that too, because That's who I am.
I can't say anything against the Rogers, Arkansas thing. I may have named it Ducale after the coffee that Hugh dang it, Wolverine, the guy who plays
Hugh
Wolverine.
Jackman.
Hugh Jackman's Ducale coffee. I named it after that because it's really nummy.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know we had coffee. So
Yeah, he has a whole entire coffee company.
cool. We need to start our own coffee company.
That would be awesome. It's actually based. It's all of Sage's stuff technically is based in the Trenton area of Georgia.
Oh,
but all of Friday's stuff is technically based in the Soddy Daisy area of Tennessee.
I did not know that.
But I've lumped it all together and just called it Ducale because I'm just merged the two cities together. But
that makes sense.
They're like an hour and a half, 2 hours apart. So why they'd be meshed together, nobody would know other than somebody had lived there and just.
Well, I mean, you create your own world in your writing, and it's we have the parameters to do things like that.
Oh yeah, nobody has to know what's taken from where. It works out perfectly. It's our world.
It's true, and I said a lot of my things also where I grew up in Carthage, Illinois, which is, I think we talked about that before. It's the very tiny little town with now it has like 2,400 people in it, something like that.
Oh yeah, but
at one point it had the huge amount of 3,000 people.
That is like the best thing because somebody will be from there and be like, "Oh my gosh, we're so small, but we're represented."
Yeah, that was the idea, and also I walked around and did so many things as a kid, so I know that town really well.
Oh yeah, and
So
awesome.
it's easy to visualize, and that's also why I write things based in Rogers, is I know where everything is.
And if you want to see some of the free stories I have up, go to the files and the book club, the Fake Horror Book Club, and you'll find a lot of PDFs. And it has a lot of free art, free stories, and free poems for anybody to see.
No, I didn't know that. I will definitely check that out.
I need to update it with the newest ones that have happened over the last year, but I haven't got that far. So many things keep happening.
And always stuff's happening. We always get distracted.
We're good at that. We're humans.
Yep.
Okay. What were you going to say?
Oh, I was going to promo my new shop I just made, if that's okay.
Yes.
For a long time on my website, I had this little shop that was hard to use where people could buy autographed books and stuff, and I replaced it, and I have a really cool shop now that I put a lot of work into, and it's shop.joederowan.com, and you go to my website, it's easy to find, and I don't know why I just suddenly thought about that. I wanted to make sure everybody knew about it. Because
I'm trying to find it so I can add it in the comments, but I do have your website itself in the above stuff so they can find whatever they want.
Oh yeah, it's easy to find up there. It's just it's like under stores or something like that.
Okay. It is officially in the comments
awesome.
of almost
Thank
all
you.
the places. So it can be found, viewers. It's there. And of course on his page. Please go check out his page.
Yeah. And on June 10th, I will have these. That's when it comes out. And I will happily sign books for people.
Good, because I'm looking forward to being able to get it.
I'm happy about that.
Me too. What about Alternate Life?
Okay, Alternate Life is another one that's kind of based around Carthage, Illinois, where I grew up, and some of my own past history. But it is about this kid that is in high school, He's a overweight kid, like I always was, and is bullied. And his best friend one day seems to turn on him, and he feels he's all alone. He spends a lot of time playing on his Commodore 64 computer, which I had one of those. It's set in 1985, I think. And there's a thunderstorm, and the lights go out in the house for a second, come back on, and his Commodore 64 is now connected to a computer from the future, and he's able to chat with himself some 30 odd years in the future. And his future self warns him of something bad that's about to come that he needs to resolve. And it was a fun story to write. Again, I put a lot of my own stuff in there because I had a Commodore 64. I've had computers ever since there were computers practically. Because I am a nerd. And
I can use this computer very easily.
yeah, I had a VIC 20. That was my first computer with a 300 baud modem, which, my God, nobody these days could understand how slow that thing was.
I can.
But anyway, it was a fun story, and it's one of the longer stories in there. And I love stuff about time travel, if you haven't guessed.
Oh yeah,
I like writing about time travel. I like reading about time travel. So.
Your themes are awesome. I
Thank
love
you.
the themes. I love the tropes. I'm gonna, like I promise, I'm gonna go through. I'm gonna do the hashtag of all the tropes to help
Awesome.
you add that so you can bring the people in, because the people need to read these. They need to read the other ones. And I think I still, like I said in the group, my favorite part is the owl on the cover. That's my favorite part of the cover of the other book. There's owls.
And that was fun. And you've read that, and you've seen I included that owl in a lot of the stories, like a reference to it. And I did some of that with a butterfly in these stories. Like most of the stories, you'll find a reference to a butterfly at one point or another.
That's why I tried to include it in the thing, because
I know, I like that.
It's beautiful and important.
Some of my favorite authors have done that, have like tie everything in together, and I've kind of been inspired by that. So
that is beautiful, though. Absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
Okay. The last one is the urn, and I've went out of order because I don't want anybody to go in and like, I must read it this way or that way, because they all connect it with something or the other. But also, I never do anything in order when it comes to short story collections.
Well, and these aren't in any particular order either. Like a lot of them, you would not see the connections until you have then read a later story or an earlier story. So they can be read in any order anybody wants.
Yeah, I got the haunted house book that you're in, and yours was the first one I went to because I knew we were going to do this. So I wanted to go ahead and have read that, and I'm like, dude, that was cheap.
Yeah, I enjoyed writing those. I look forward to working with Heather and Josh again in the future.
I hope you work with us too.
I will. I'm looking forward to that.
Killer Stroke.
I'm looking forward to doing more anthologies and all that fun stuff. As far as the urn goes, it's kind of a Cthulhu-esque story in some ways.
Yeah.
And it's about a guy that keeps having dreams about this urn and obsessively needing to own this urn. And he's a teacher at the Carthage High School. Coincidence? And he's like taking all the money out of his bank to go to this auction to buy this urn that he has dreamed about that's going to be there. And scary stuff happens. And like I said, it's kind of Cthulhu-esque, which I enjoy.
Dude, okay, definitely
like
looking forward to
monster.
this.
I'm sorry?
I said I'm definitely looking forward to this.
Well, I'm looking forward to you reading it and reviewing it. and telling everybody they should buy it.
Oh yeah, I plan on it. I'm gonna, whenever I can get past this next month, when I can get past this big thing we're doing, I'm gonna start putting the graphics up on the page again.
Awesome.
But yeah, we have stuffed Cthulhu, so that's how much I love the idea.
I have one of those too. That's funny. I have not seen it since we moved.
Mine is over there on the shelf. That way we don't lose it in the move, because it's going to go in the cab with the kid, so he can't lose his Cthulhu.
Well, you should have told me that 2 years ago when I moved, even though you didn't know me yet. You should have told me to put it somewhere special.
If it wasn't for Heather and Josh, I wouldn't know you. So
I know.
By the way, go check out Water Hill Publishing.
Yeah. I think it's publishing.
Read all their stuff.
They're cool, and
Small
also
Things Press.
yes, that's my little press. But
read Small Things Press. You need to.
And read all of Jenny's stuff as well.
Oh yeah. Oh, and for those who are wondering about this Killing Stroke thing I keep talking about, Fake Horror Publishing has 2 anthologies a year. Our first one just came out on the 25th. And that was our adventure one. Ooh, put the Stuffy back up. We need to see the Stuffy.
Hey, I found him at a claw machine in Red Robin.
It's adorable.
Yeah, I thought so.
This next one is Killing Stroke. It's not a police procedural at all, but it's about a killer inside the killer's mind. And you are welcome to send your story in.
I will.
And we would love to check it out, guys. If you, Joe DeRouen, I sent you the whole entire thing. For everybody else, you'll have to come to the blog or ask, and I'll share you the thing I shared with him gladly. But we want your stories. We want to see what you have, and I hope to write with you in an anthology. And I really hope to get to be in an anthology with you, Joe. That would be awesome.
That would be. That would definitely be cool, and I do look forward to participating in your anthologies. They sounded really cool.
I hope so. What do you hope readers take away from this wonderful anthology?
Well, the joke answer is I hope they take away the thought that they need to buy millions of copies to give to all their friends. But probably the real answer is I just want people to enjoy it. I want them to see, my visions, and hopefully they get something out of it.
Do you watch a lot of Glitch in the Matrix or time travel stories or different tropes like that?
Oh yeah, of course I do. Like I said, I'm a nerd. I watch all science fiction and fantasy and horror stuff. And like one of my favorite time travel books is what's the name of it? I guess it didn't matter, but yeah, I had a brain fart there.
That's okay. Whenever you remember it, share it.
I will, but yeah, I do. I really enjoy alternate universe stuff as well, and it's fun, especially when the 2 universes interact.
Dude, did you read The Number of the Beast by Robert A. Heinlein?
I did. It's been a long time, but I did read it and I enjoyed it.
Okay, because that's like the first one that comes to mind, because I want Gay Deceiver and I want to go visit the different books.
Yeah, I always do too. And like one of my favorite alternate reality books was called Alternatives. It's a pretty old book by Michael P. Cube McDowell, and it's about several different alternate realities interacting, and it's just I enjoy that. And I've got a lot of inspiration from things like that.
Okay, that is awesome. Do you have a favorite YouTuber that tells stories that you watch?
Just you.
Just me?
Yeah, just you.
Thank you.
Oh, I don't know. I watch some things. I can't think right now, but yeah, I'm always willing to give anything a try.
Because I was wondering if you've heard of Anti-Matrix.
I think so.
Okay, because she's one of the bigger ones.
Anti-me. I'll have to check that out. I think I have though.
Okay. Hmm. What is I had like 3 other questions. I'm trying to remember what they were because we went through almost all of them. Which is your favorite story out of the collection?
Connections is definitely my
Connect-
favorite. I had a lot of fun writing that one, and like I said, I started it 5 years ago, and then suddenly got inspired and wrote it all 130 pages I wrote in like a couple months. It was
That-
fun. And
that
there's a
is
part of
awesome.
me that wants to go back to that world and maybe do more with those characters.
There can be a whole entire collection that's just them if you wanted.
I may end up doing that.
I say this because I think that's like the thickness of the last book I got of yours.
Oh yeah, I just might do that. And I always wanted to. In my first anthology, the Maryland story was a novella in that, and I've always thought about like continuing on with those characters and stuff as well. And I don't know if I ever will, but
I don't know. I look forward to seeing what you do and the next collection you take from your Patreon selection because that's what I'm looking forward to, being able to keep them and reread them.
yeah, I'm looking forward to it too. I need to be more active with my Patreon. I've got a little slow while I've been working on this, but I'm going to start doing the draw. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to start doing the drawings again and get some more inspiration from some of the readers.
If you can add my request to your pile, I would love to see what you do.
Sure, of course, happily.
Thank you. Okay. Let's see. Um, out of both story collections, do you have a story that comes to the top as the like? I hope people read this story more than the others.
Yeah, I do. It may be recency bias, but Connections, I think, is my favorite of all of them.
Okay.
And like I said, it may be recency bias. Disconnections, coincidentally, or not coincidentally, is also one of my favorites because those two were tied together. I think Beautiful Monster, I think, is really good. I want them to read everything.
I want them to read everything too.
But if they can only read,
or listen.
yeah, if they can only read one thing, they should read Connections.
Because I think the one that got me like interested in what you could do more is the ghost one where she has amnesia, that book.
Oh, Memories of a Ghost?
Memories of a Ghost. And I'm like, dude, this is so interesting. And I'm pretty sure the guy by the tree is a ghost.
And you were right. Spoiler alert.
Yeah. I'm trying not to give like big spoilers throughout the book, but I'm like, first thoughts that came to mind. And I'm like, dude, there's ghosts. I need to finish this book and see what he does with this because I deal with dementia a lot in my life, either with family members or at the nursing home.
Oh,
And it's one of those I can see it's one of those this tracks very well.
I had fun with that book, and I've long thought about writing a sequel to it, and I still may. On my website, there is a page that has like a guide to the different places in Memories of a Ghost and like photos of actual places in Rogers that were in the book. So if somebody wants to check that out, it's pretty fun.
Okay.
I'll send you a link to that later.
That's on my list of things to do now.
Cool. I like doing things like that, and I'm also a website designer, so it's I like making things like that for my site.
Okay. Do you have a current new flavor of coffee that you like?
I was joking earlier about we should start a coffee company, but I don't actually drink coffee. I don't drink caffeine at all.
Okay. Do you have
Um,
any flavorings you like to add to your water, like those raspberry lemonade flavor packets?
I am incredibly boring. I like regular water.
You like regular water?
Yeah, and grape juice. I do like grape juice. I like apple juice. I like orange juice sometimes. But I mostly drink water.
Bruce Diamond says he wants to congratulate you on your latest book. Hi, Bruce.
Hey, Bruce. Bruce is a longtime good friend of mine. Good to see you, Bruce.
Thank you for coming, Bruce. And thank you for coming, Andy. And always thank you, Stefan Lair. And I should say this before I forget. Please, guys, go check out Fractured Mind Publishing. There are so many great books there. And yes, they also live in my collection too. I have physical copies, I have digital copies. They have so many great stories.
I'll be sure to check those out too.
Thank you. I want to include everybody, but let's see. Who was your favorite ghost out of all of the stories you've written so far, though?
Huh. That's a good question. Hadn't really thought about that. Probably Jimmy from Memories of a Ghost.
Okay.
I like Jimmy. He was fun to write. I mean, he's not a scary. He's a good ghost, so he's a friendly ghost.
Yeah, I like it when they're friendly.
Yeah,
I like it when they're scary. Ghosts just make me happy, man.
they're fun, and there's some in connections too, people, for other ghost lovers.
Oh yeah, that's why I'm like, ooh, hashtag ghost on this list, hashtag time travel,
And I'd actually hashtag ghost.
let's see, hashtag dimension swap.
That works.
There's all types of hashtags that can be added to this.
But I do like ghosts. I do enjoy.
Book, man.
Yeah. Hashtag please read my book.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites. But okay. Where do you want people to find you?
My website, Amazon. I mean, all my books are on Amazon. A lot of my books are elsewhere. People can find me on Facebook. I have a fan page in my regular page on Facebook. I'm on Blue Sky, and probably some other things. And all those links are on my website.
I'm gonna have to find your Blue Sky now.
Yeah. I've enjoyed Blue Sky. I never really got that much into Twitter, but I don't use it. I don't use X at all really anymore. So
I don't either. I barely got the hang of both X and Blue Sky.
yeah, and Blue Sky's fun, and yeah, I think I have the Blue Sky link on my website. I may not because I may not have updated it, but I'll send it to you.
Okay. If it is, I shall go find out where it's hidden and go from there. But you can find his link above or below or sideways or wherever you're watching the video, wherever it links or where links go, in the words of Nick. And let's go from there. Buy the book. Here,
Yeah.
I'll put the book up. Do you see this?
Now there's 2 copies.
Because this is beautiful. The book is one of those trope. It has the type of things that I look up videos for on YouTube. So I'm hoping the people like me will love it just as much. And like always, guys, I'm here at the Outlight Network. I'm at Fake Horror. I'm all over the internet pretending to be other authors. And sometimes I try to pretend to be me. But please read the things, our things, their things, and definitely get you a copy of this book.
Well, I really appreciate that book. Yes.
Yeah.
I really appreciate being on here. It's I've really enjoyed each time I've been on your podcast.
I hope we get to do it more. I hope we get to share you with the whole entire world.
Me too. And podcasts always, I get nervous, and I shouldn't. I get nervous, like, what am I going to say? But then every time I do it, certainly with you, then I end up having a fun time.
Thank you. I want to make you comfortable. I want to make everybody comfortable because I don't want to be scary. I just want to read the scary things you write.
Well, that's a fine line. No, I do appreciate it, and you're not scary.
Okay. Yay. I'm not scary. I just write scary things.
Exactly.
Yay!
Yes, and I hope I'm not scary either. I just write scary things.
No, I look forward to you. I look forward to seeing what happens next.
Thank you.
Okay. Good night, everybody. Thank you so much for coming.
And thank you for having me. And thank everybody for watching.